last week, it is time to do what I probably think should be maybe a bi-weekly or some sort of weekly segment on championship rings. Let's see Josh Ungar unveil his MVP candidates to this point in the NFL season.
So at number 1, from the New England Patriots, in his second year, and finally, we're seeing him actually become a good quarterback, even though he's got destroyed by both the Falcons and the Browns. I still have Drake Maye, number 1. So going into last week, I had Jonathan Taylor, number 2. But the Steelers kind of bottled him up for the most part, so he takes a bit of a slide. And moving up to number 2, from the Seattle Seahawks, you have him on pumpkin watch, Sam Darnold. You want to talk about a resurgence? I mean, he's drafted by the Jets, and do you remember after the one game against the Patriots, he said he was seeing ghosts?
Yeah. And I was not the biggest fan of him coming out of college at USC either. I thought he had a weird delivery, a weird windup. Yeah.
I did consider Jackson Smith and Jigba. I really did. But unfortunately, a wide receiver winning MVP is just not going to happen. At number 3, supposedly he had a back injury that was going to keep him out. It certainly doesn't look like it because he's been destroying people left and right. Even when Puka went out, he just goes, okay, I'm going to go to Devontae instead. From the LA Rams, Matt Stafford. And then at number 4, that's where I have Jonathan Taylor. I think the Steelers did a really good job of not allowing him to beat them. And they just said, okay, Daniel Jones, you have to beat us. And he couldn't. So that's why he slides down the list and falls in at number 5. So for me, Jordan Love has fallen off of my top 5 MVP list.
And he was my preseason MVP coming into the year, and I don't disagree with you. I'm going to ask you one question about a guy who was not on this list. But let's say, I think you'll know where I'm going when I say the team. If this team is the number 1 seed in the AFC, do you think that old Daddy Nichols has a chance to win MVP?
Certainly. The amount of the story would write itself because, you know, he gets the one playoff win with the Giants against the Minnesota Vikings, but outside of that, he really didn't do anything, and Giants fans wanted to run him out of town, and he's come to Indianapolis, well, after a quick stint with Minnesota, and, you know, he's got Michael Pittman, he's got Tyler Warren, he's got Alec Pierce. Interestingly, they traded A.D. Mitchell, but he's resuscitated his career. So, yes, if they capture the number 1 seed, yes, I think he would win MVP.
Now, I'm not saying this team's going to fall off and they're going to win 11, 12 games, but let's say they don't win the division. But how crazy would it be if the final 3 MVP candidates would not be, let's say, a Drake Maye because they don't win the division in the AFC East. But let's say it's Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, and Daniel Jones.
Good God, that would be an interesting group. You want to talk about turning your career around? That's
where I was heading with that. But and all 3 of those guys were top 6 draft picks, went to garbage organizations, and found the right home.
Yeah, of course.
So, it fears for my wife. Jets, Browns, who Titans, maybe if Cam Ward doesn't work out there, watch Cam Ward be really good somewhere else. Whoever you pick in the NFL draft this year, just know you're probably going to hell.
Yeah. And with all the trades the Jets made today, they basically control the draft. Yeah. And I feel like
go ahead.
I feel like the loser of this Browns Jets game
is the winner.
Is
actually the winner.
Yes.
All right. One last topic for the night. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If you're Fernando Mendoza, who is now the projected number 1 pick out of Indiana, do you really want to go to either the Jets or the Browns? I don't.